So the lady next door at the archives building let us in here. This place has been closed since COVID, and they lost a lot of funding since COVID. So she said that they're not sure they're going to be able to reopen or not. It used to be kind of like you could pay to tour it, the old jail here, but that's been kind of not a thing since COVID. But look at this old paperwork, state of Florida. We're down here in Florida, as you can see. Outside, big old Spanish moss trees out there. Looks like a palm tree in the distance, but yeah, we're down here in Florida, Clay County. And look at these old assault charges. Pearl Allen, looks like probably a female from 1915. Yeah. Signed by the Justice of the Peace. Here's another one from the same 1915. Vernon Johns an assault did make in and upon one Willie McKee, and he said that Vernon Johns then and there beat, bruise, wound, and ill treat the said Willie McKee. So crazy. Louis Mack and her, the said Pearl, did beat, bruise, wound, and ill treat the said Louis Mack. Here's more paperwork. Attention all law enforcement agencies, North Florida and Georgia. Request that all stations bolo the following vehicle in reference to kidnapping and auto theft. 71 Buick Green, bearing Macon County tag. Registration unknown. 2 males abducted a mother and a daughter at a red light in Alachua County. The mother was badly beaten and put out of the car in McLenny. The mother advised that the males had beaten her and her daughter and that they had said they would kill her daughter before they put her out. This is all information that we could obtain. The mother got hysterical, began to talk in circles. If an agency can locate the vehicle, please stop and detain. It is not known whether or not the pair were sexually assaulted. It's crazy in McLenny, Florida. So that's from 1972, 71, 72. Here's a warrant from 1915, signed by the judge. Received this warrant June 1st, 1915, and executed it on June 1st, 1915 by arresting the within named William Sullivan and having him now before the court June 1st, 1915. That's the warrant. Coroner's veneer and request of body of Will Jones. John Wilbinson, Henry Saff, Jacob Saff, something Bentley, Dr. Boatwright. Received this veneer 1915, June 1915, executed on second day of June 1915, following wanted men. So they must have died somehow. Look at, there's the old typewriter, an old Royal. Because obviously these are all typed on the typewriter over here. This one, that one. It's pretty sweet. And then this is an old, like a 911 dispatch, right? So this is how they would do crimes in progress and whatnot. And you call 911. Some of it's really old, and some of it's a little more newer, from like the 70s and 80s. Base station, let's say that. Look at these old mics. Another one there. General Electric. Station. Call mute. Sheriff, inner city, fire department. That's cool too. Look at cross mute switch. Fire. Can't even read some of it, it's so old. Alert. Mute all. Here's fire. Medical over here. Pretty sweet. This looks like a little bit more modern than that. That's really cool though that that's sitting there like that. It's got the chair and everything. Super nice that she let us in here, but look, it's the sheriff right there. The man. Clay County Jail, 1890. Welcome to the second oldest jail in Florida, built in 1894. The old Clay County Jail sits across from an oak-shaded lawn from the 1890 historic courthouse, the site of numerous noteworthy trials. Several local cases shed light on civil disputes, violent crime, racial injustice, railroad expansion, domestic abuse, and more. Wow. Ghost hunters. Original red brick structures, the jail was painted white in the 1960s, and the courthouse was later covered in white stucco. Wow. This is an exterior door here. Look at how old that is. The old Clay County Jail, 2 stories. 1 foot thick brick wall, steel doors, and 16 cells greeted inmates from 1894 to 1972. Wow. The jailer and his family lived in the jail, whereas the lady is next door. Now the archives attached to a cell block. Jailers' children grew up playing around the jail, and some of the jailers' children were even born in these living quarters and attended school across the street. The cell blocks house men, women, juveniles, and mentally ill. Most crimes committed by inmates were misdemeanors like public drunkenness, theft, assault, and traffic violations. However, some of the crimes inmates committed were far more serious: arson, rape, murder. If these walls could talk, oh, the stories they would tell. Yeah, I bet. And that goes upstairs, obviously, to more cells. And then this is the main entrance into the jail here. All rusty. Throughout Clay County Jail's more than a century of use, her cells house murderers, rapists, bank robbers, thieves, and arsonists. At least 6 executions of convicted defendants took place on the grounds. All executions were by hanging from a scaffold. In 1972, the old jail was closed and the new jail opened at the present location on Orange Ave in Green Cove Springs. Soon that facility became outdated and the new jail took its place in the 1990s. Wow. Sweet. Look at this solitary door here. This cell block is sweet. Look at all these open cells here. That one's got the beds in it, and the toilet. Looks like some isolation down there on the right. That's wild too. Let's take a look in here. Another bath. Oh, this is the shower. See the shower there. And the fixtures there. Wow. Now I bet these walls could talk. Drain down there. Ugh. Looks like a 2-man cell, maybe 3-man cell. A couple of toilets, so, and a shower. This could have been where they were like awaiting, like a holding cell, you know? Look at these bunk beds. So rusted out, held with chains. Look at this. Obedience to the law is freedom. No kidding. Wish I followed that a little more. But you can only live once, right? Super cool. That one's got a cot on it still. Another one, look at that. And this one's got the bars right here too to peek in. No toilet in that one, just a 2-man bunk. Look at these chains though. So crazy. How grimy that mattress is. Yeah, this one's used for storage. Look at this thing though. Definitely some isolation going on in here. You could shut this slot here. That's cool. It's kind of creepy though. Barbaric looking, like medieval style. Isolation cell is empty though, nothing in it. Sheriff Murray in the old Clay County Jail. Sheriff Jennings Murray was our county's second longest serving sheriff. 64 to 88, he oversaw the Clay County Sheriff Office during major population growth, related rise in crime, and modernization of the Clay County Sheriff's Office. Faced many challenges. Wow. It is rumored that he rarely needed a gun as he could talk down defendants. He was not only the top crime fighter in the county, he was one of the founders of the Clay County Agricultural Fair. He was also an avid horseman, raising champion quarter horses and cattle. He was known as a true Southern gentleman, and there he is with his racehorse. Here he is. Look at, he's taking down pot plants. That's hilarious. It's cool because you get the history right on the walls. Here's another cell, 2-man, 1 bunk up, toilet removed. Could be a shower over here. Oh no, there's the toilet. Okay. Toilet and the shower would have been right there. And the sink would have been there. Wow. It's so wild. Sheriff Hall. Then and now, sheriffs were revered as the top lawmen and women in the state. The old Clay County Jail saw its sheriffs, some with very short terms, others with record-setting terms. Known as the Dean of Florida Sheriffs was John P. Hall, first elected in 1928. These were prohibition days with bootleggers in tight control for more than 3 decades. A state record, he served Clay County well, tackling all the major issues and crimes of the day. Known for his Model A, Hall did his best to modernize Clay County law enforcement. In his day, 1 phone served the entire courthouse, so it was a major milestone when he installed the phone in his office. He was a lawman, rancher, banker, and timberman, a Clay County legend. And then there he is with his Model A. Look at him. The busted moonshiners. Very cool. Another locked up area here. shower. Just more bunks and a bedpan or something. Doctor bills were large expenses. Many inmates arrived with injuries, infectious diseases, chronic illnesses, and poor dental hygiene. Dr. John Malone, 1960s era, made house calls to the jail to treat prisoners. A $25 doctor bill was considered high in those days, usually involved an inmate with serious repeat illness. In today's modern jail, located 1 mile on north on Orange Ave, full-time medical personnel provide excellent medical care to hundreds of inmates every day. Now we'll make our way up. Kind of identical layout right here as the first floor. That old padlock on there. Yep, same type of layout. Do not sit on the bunks. Bars on the windows, of course. Look at that. Oh, wow. The late 1800s and early 1900s were turbulent times in this part of Florida. The sheriff was often the lone lawman, facing daily threats of every kind of danger. During this time period, 3 Clay County sheriffs were killed in the line of duty. On May 10th, 1894, Sheriff Josephus Peeler was shot and killed at a train station when he intervened in an argument between 2 men. What about my man, Charles Wilson? On July 10th, 1906, Sheriff Charles Wilson was shot and killed by a suspect during an arrest attempt aboard a train. Here he is. On July 6, 1913, Sheriff Theodore Cherry was shot and killed by a suspect during an investigative interview. The stupid neither forgive nor forget. The naive forgive and forget. The wise forgive but do not forget. Favorite saying quote, Clay County Sheriff Jennings Murray. And there he is with his 2 beloved doggies. This is pretty cool. Especially because crazy stuff that happened to these sheriffs. Okay, so I leave this pretty small. Oh, look, escape. Oh, look at the real newspaper article from 1963. Jailbreak spotlights need for new building. Nothing spotlights the need for a new building like a new jail like 3 escaped inmates. For better or for worse, such an escape occurred here in 1963. 2 male inmates first escaped a prison camp near the Doctor's Inlet. They were captured and soon incarcerated again in Clay County Jail. Undeterred, the same 2 inmates plus 1 more escaped from the jail. After a manhunt and brief hospitalization, they were locked up again. Meanwhile, prisoners around the U.S. were filing lawsuits over poor living conditions, not unlike conditions found in the old Clay County Jail. This 1963 escape was just one of the reasons local funding for a modern jail was approved. Nationally, a prison construction boom took place in the 70s and 80s along with widespread prison reforms. Locally, these 3 brazen inmates may have escaped the old Clay County Jail, but they didn't escape justice. Sent to the state prison in Rayford, Florida, each served an extra year behind bars, charged with escape. There it is. It's like the pictures of them and all that. That's crazy. Oh, there's one of them right there, hanging off the window. Look at that. He's trying to escape right now. But look at this block. That's pretty sick. Sure, the sheriff walked this line here. Could peek into the cells and into the block there. And here's the inside of the cell block. It's got some busted bunks in this one. Oh, these are isolation. Death row. This is probably where they would go when they were hanged or like escaped. Solitary confinement. Look at this mechanism. Wow, there's the lever right there. This leather, you could probably pull it, you know. It's so rusted though, I don't even want to touch it. Look at this thing. And then the bar's all the way at the top, look at it going all the way down. Shower at the end of the cell block. Still got the fixtures on that one. So dark in that one, oh my God. Sink is crazy. Bunk bed. You can actually see like etched stuff into the wall. You can't read any of it, but it's definitely there and old, where they carved stuff. It's so crazy. Go to the other side now. These old pictures. And then the last cell block is this one right here. This one has a few bunks in it. Get the old bunks, or the old cots, I guess. Bunks over there. So crazy. This one here, you can kind of see in there. And then there's two more down here, one here, and then one there. And the final one here has carving in it, which is cool. Got carving on the floor there. Johnny Bennett. Somebody else tried to write something else. Gary. It's pretty cool that it's all still here too. And that's gonna do it for the old Clay County Jail. What a gem spot. Really cool that she let us in here. And it's got all the history right on the walls and everything. Very, very interesting, very cool. Very cool place to explore and see it.